Okay, how many people have not? Okay, so I had not at some point too. So 17 and a half years ago, my brother at a birthday party brought out this glass wine bottle, and I was like, oh, wine. He's like, no, it's not wine. I'll tell you about it after dinner. I'm like, well, if it's not wine, I don't want to hear about it after dinner. And so, of course, after dinner, which was weird, he invited me to dinner on a Wednesday. I should have known by that point there's something was up. And this Success from Home magazine came out. The bottle came out, and I was like, what's happening? And I took my first sip. I thought it was disgusting. It's the acai juice. So you guys ever had acai juice? Acai juice tastes like dirt, no matter how many blueberries and stuff. And I actually thought it tasted like money smells. I know that's funny, which ironically is a good thing because it turned into a lot of money. But I said no, and we're driving home, and my husband at the time worked full time. I was mortgaged, and he was a food broker. And so I go, honey, I think this is for you. I think, you can just help him get this on the shelf, get him an appointment at Safeway or something. He goes, no, I think it's one of those things. And I was like, oh. So of course, I avoided my brother's calls this was landline days, for a long time. I'd be like, tell him I'm not here. And then my sister called, and I didn't see it coming. And she's like, hey, so we have this meeting on Thursday. And I was like, no. And it was literally like in an office building just like this. And they were both successful. And that's the only reason I went. They owned their own real estate mortgage appraisal businesses, and they made probably $600,000 to $900,000 each. So I knew that if they were going to put their time into something, maybe me being the broke sister only making $250,000 a year with me and my husband, maybe I should give it a look. So I was not a rags to riches story. I have a degree in psychology from Berkeley. I was working, but I had a 1-year-old and a 7-year-old, and a full-time job, and a husband with a full-time job who worked more than I do. What kind of quality of life is that? So I actually didn't know I was looking. I never heard about the industry. I had been invited to, if I'm breathing hard, it's because of the altitude. I'm really sensitive to altitude. Sometimes I want to pass out. But I didn't know I was looking. If you would have looked at me, you would have thought, oh, don't talk to her. She's successful. I owned a house. I had no credit card debt. I had a 401k. My husband had a great job. And it looked like I was happy, and I thought I was, until one day right after I got invited to this meeting, and I was like, okay, it's good enough, I'll take the products. I went home and I signed up, and when the lady told me how much she was making at the halftime, I was the person, excuse me for all those Mormon people who don't like cussing, I was the jerk, and I said, bullshit. She told me how much she was making, which was about $250,000 a year. You have to bleep me out, those people that are after 10 months. And I was like, there's no way. Doctors have to go to school for 8 years to make that kind of money. Lawyers have to go to school for 8 years to make that kind of money. There's no way you're selling this juice and making $250 a year. No way. So she's like, come see me. And so she showed me her back office. $100 the first week, then $200, and then it went up and went up. And I sat back down next to my sister, and I said, we're gonna be so rich. Because I said, if that woman can do it, why not me? So I want to tell you, everybody here can do what I did if you've done what I've done, and I will share that with you during our training portion, okay? I love this industry. I was able to quit my job within 6.5 months. I replaced my 6-figure income in 8 months and tripled it in my 15th month in the business. So you're talking to someone who has bulletproof, take your worst, horrible prospect, cynic, and bring him to me, and I will convert them. I'm like a Mormon. I'll convert them. Just kidding. Come on, it's Mormon town. Let's argue. I will convert them. Because we were talking on the way here, where's Sarah? We were talking on the way here, when people ask me stuff, is it a pyramid scheme? Or, I don't even put up with dumb stuff. This is an industry like no other. We create extraordinary products, and you get paid to share those products. And you get paid to help people learn how to share those products. So 3 things happen when I build a team. 1, people get healthier. Is that good?
Yes.
Yes. 2, people make money. Is that good?
Yes.
And 3, if you stay long enough around me, I'm going to teach you to believe in yourself. The person you will become, the person I have become in this 17 years is far more than the money, I promise. Because I'm like Donald Trump. I could go broke and I could build it all back again and again and again with the skill set that I've learned. So I love this industry. I'm proud to be here. My last company, I've been with this company for 9 years, actually this month. It's my 9-year anniversary. The prior company I was at, I was in weight loss. I had 1,000 people in a single day join my team at my peak. So I've been trying to tell the corporate team, I'm on the field advisory board, to prepare because we were about to open floodgates that no one here has ever seen before. Like I went from 0 to $1 million a month, which is presidential volume in this company, in 8 months. And I went, excuse me, the hiccups, $7.5 million a month in sales in my team in 2.5 years. Okay, this is the time. If you have a tiny little spark of an entrepreneurial instinct in you, you want to own your own time, you want to work where you want, when you want, with who you want, you want to give yourself raises. You work harder, you give yourself raises. Who wants to give yourself raises? Right? You don't even want to know the raise I just got this month. Probably more than the average family makes in a year is the raise I got this month. And I say that so humbly because it gives me the chills to think of all the people. And you guys, we are 12 days into a launch that is going to change the weight loss industry forever. Have we all heard of all the drugs, the needles? I was immediately out once I heard there's needles. I'm needle folk, right? And anything a doctor says, I do the opposite. So anyway, we're going to talk a little bit about LifeVantage and what sets us apart. You know, you have to have what is your niche? Like, what makes you good, right? Like when you think of Apple, what makes Apple good? They have 0 buttons. They said, I want to have a 0-button phone, right? I want it simple. I want it something. And when you pick up that iPhone, it's a different feeling than when you pick up a flip phone. Do you all agree? Right? So innovation. And so 9 years ago, when I saw what LifeVantage was doing with this product, so this was the only product we had for the first 6 years of our company. So our company's been in business since 2003, so we are not new. We are not something that's just, you're gonna have to oh, they can still be here. We've been here for 21 years. And Sarah was saying, we sat on the shelves of thousands of stores. And when that ABC Primetime Investigative Report hit in 2005 with this product, it literally sent shockwaves to the health industry. People like Oprah and Dr. Oz and Dr. Phil and CBS were calling, and all kinds of research started. And so when I learned that this reduces oxidative stress, your main contributing cause of all chronic disease that is something it's not a rare genetic, you get it from lifestyle, right? The 4 horsemen, heart disease, diabetes, cancer, Alzheimer's, dementia, right? All of these things, there's over 200 diseases that have been linked as the main pathogenesis, which means creation of the disease, genesis is in the beginning, right? Is oxidative stress. So when I heard that taking one of these a day lowers oxidative stress by an average of 40% in 30 days, I was like, I'm in. Because remember I told you the little juice in the wine bottle? The juice in the wine bottle, the reason I got into that company is because I saw the problem. So as entrepreneurs, we don't sell products, we solve problems. That's probably you should write that down if you're taking notes. That is probably the smartest thing I'll say today. You don't sell products, you solve problems. So when I heard that you can drink this shot, it was $4 a day, 17 years ago, which is almost $6 a day now in our inflation, right? But you drink that and you get 25,000 antioxidants. That's a lot, by the way. Most people don't get that much in a day. A serving of blueberries is 7,000 antioxidants, right? How many people eat blueberries every day? Yeah, well, you're spending more on blueberries than this, and this increases your antioxidants by 30%. So let's play. Any math people in the room? Anybody? No, just me? Well, yeah, you'll pretend. So you have around 37 trillion cells, and every single one of them have thousands and thousands or even millions of oxidants. You know what an oxidant is? Something that oxidizes. Can you name something else that oxidizes? Bananas, apples, nails. So imagine your mom put a nail on the porch. It doesn't have to be in the rain or the sun. Just put a nail on the windowsill. the day you were born. Would you agree that a 20-year-old snail and a 70-year-old snail are going to be a little different? What's going to be the difference? More oxidation, right? Because it's constantly reacting with the oxygen. So people, the older you get, the more oxidized you have in your body. So every oxidant needs what? An antioxidant, okay? You following me? 37 trillion cells, millions of oxidants. But let's pretend you only have one oxidant in each cell that needs help. 37 trillion antioxidants is how much would you need? How many blueberries is that?
A lot.
The entire earth couldn't consume enough blueberries for one person's lifetime if they ate them all day, every day, for the entire history of the world. Do you understand that? So when you take these, you increase your antioxidants by 30%. Back to that fun game. So let's pretend you have 10 in each cell. Now you have 3 more, right? 3 times 37 trillion. Oh, and by the way, each of them is a million antioxidants. So what's 3 times 37 trillion times a million? Oh wait. Is it a little bit more than 25,000 antioxidants? And I saw that product change people's life. So when I saw this, and I thought, trillions of antioxidants every second, or 25,000, and I literally saw people change their life with that product, I knew I hit the most incredible therapeutic and preventative breakthrough in the history of health. The real quote is the history of medicine, but that's not compliant. And I'm not really compliant, so hopefully nobody because I tell it like it is. But do you understand? So this is why I joined LifeVantage 9 years ago, and actually we only had skincare, which is a topical version of this. Our Axio, which we had 2 flavors that I didn't like. We have great flavors now. And this is what I saw. And then of course, this is because this activates what's already in you. So your antioxidants that you create are 1 million antioxidants per second in every cell. The ones you eat are 7,000. Do you understand now why you cannot out-eat a bad diet? With these raw vegans, I'm like, I don't care if you're literally eating the food as it comes out of the ground. You're never going to eat enough to even be enough for 1 cell. Do you understand? So this is why I love our company, because have you ever heard a story like that? It's all true. I promise. It's all true. But you see what I'm saying? Like, isn't this enough right here? Oh, and by the way, 10 months after I joined, the CEO came up to me, we were in London launching, he goes, by the way, the National Institute on Aging, which is a government-funded division of the National Institute on Health, is publishing a paper this year that shows that Protandim is the only natural product ever clinically proven to extend life in mammals. I was like, God, we're going to be rich, right? But why are we going to be rich? Why is Apple rich? Because everybody wants a darn iPhone. Everybody has cells. Everybody needs this. Everybody has oxidative stress. There's not a single person on this planet. By the way, the product works 100% of the time and 100% of the people. Every person ever tested, nobody ever it didn't work for. Do you understand that? So you have this problem. We have this solution. Do you see why it's a beautiful marriage? Okay. And then, of course, 2 years ago, we launched an activating collagen. Collagen, a lot of people think of as hair, nail, and skin, and that's because you have cells in all your body, and your hair, nail, and skin are cells. And when you're improving your cells, you see it physically. But if it's improving your skin, what is it doing to your heart, your bones, your gut, your brain, your joints, right? So this activates your own collagen. Is that better than taking it? Yes, way times better. And oh, and by the way, remember the antioxidant thing? So this increased it by 30%. This increases it by 2,700%. Now you're even getting more antioxidant protection. And you're wondering why people are having extraordinary, unusual results that they didn't have with the little blue canister from Costco that just got recalled for arsenic or something. You see what I'm saying? I told you I'm snarky. I warned you, right? So you guys lose 1 to 2% of collagen every year. This is clinically proven to increase it by 100%. You know what that means? Doubling it in 8 weeks. Right? Have you seen that story yet? Right? So this is why, if you're new here, our company is extraordinary. This is why you want to be a part of it. And by the way, they're affordable. If you look at, we're kind of the Bentley of collagen, and we're probably one of the most expensive, but you will never get results like that. Okay? Oh, this is my friend Jane. It's just amazing. That's just one of the stories. So our motto here, or our story of activation, is we take it to make it, because our bodies are divinely designed. We are perfect ecosystems, but we get hijacked from the environment, from EMFs, from toxins, from the air we breathe, the water, the food we eat. There's been 87,000 new chemicals introduced to our world since the Industrial Revolution. It's taking a toll. Don't even get me started on ultra-processed foods. I'll talk about that a little bit in the GLP-1. 70% of the average diet now is ultra-processed foods. Your body doesn't even know what to do with that. So we have to have solutions. I always say, you're gonna need things your grandmother never heard of because you live in an environment that she didn't live in. You understand? It's getting worse. Good news. So we empower our bodies to make the antioxidants, the proteins, the enzymes that you need for better health, right? And of course, do you understand, do you think anyone can benefit from just these two products? Raise your hand.
Oh,
right,
no.
right, exactly. So why wouldn't you want to share? I always tell people, I got into network marketing because I was the kind of person that I got enthusiastic really quickly. If there was a new restaurant in town, I'd be like, oh my God, have you been to Chevy's? Have you been to Chevy's? I'm just making a name out of Chevy's. Have you been? So good. Da, 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 da. And I would have people go, do you think Chevy's sent me a check? Never. Didn't even get a gift card. Like, didn't even get a pat on the back. Not even a free meal. And since I started, now we have an entire line of extraordinary solutions. I hate saying products. We have solutions. Can't grow your hair? We've got a hair growth serum that's clinically proven and beat Rogaine in a study, right? You want good skin? Great, we have skincare for that. 93 million Americans do not have enough vitamin D. Awesome, we have a vitamin D for that, right? And I trust that our company is going to continually put out extraordinary products with good solutions, with clean. Like, the last thing you want is to use a product and it putting more toxins on your skin. So our products, all our skincare, hair care, anything you put on your body, are all completely non-toxic, third-party verified. And I am proud of that. Because it's not only good for us, it's good for the environment, right? So I am very honored and proud to be part of this company. However, the story is about to take a turn for the better. This is like the plot thickens. So when I heard we were having weight loss, I think I might have passed out. Oh, is this a video? Oh, how do we play it? Just what button plays? See, you don't have to be really tech savvy to be successful. You can give it 10 tries and cover.
There we go.
Your weight and wellness are deeply connected, but cravings, emotional eating, and yo-yo diets can leave you feeling guilty, frustrated, and out of control. And over time, as food noise gets louder, extra weight can creep up on you. But it's not a lack of willpower, it's your biology working against you. As you age, your metabolism slows and your hunger hormones get out of balance. Stress, unhealthy foods, and even your lifestyle can make the problem worse. But what if you could take back control and work with your body instead of against it? As the pioneers and world leaders in activation, LifeVantage gives your body the right ingredients to take so it can make what it needs to create its own wellness. And now, introducing the latest innovation in activation science, the patent-pending mind-body GLP-1 system. This powerful system activates GLP-1 naturally to rebalance hunger hormones, quiet food noise, and change your relationship with food forever. It's the only two-product system on the market proven to increase GLP-1 by 140% to help reduce your appetite and curb cravings, so you can manage your weight differently. The MB GLP-1 system works through dual activation and dual amplification, targeting GLP-1 at the cellular level with carefully selected ingredients. MB Core features a proprietary GLP-1 activation blend of 8 ingredients that directly activate different parts of the GLP-1 pathway and L cells, while 2 unique blends in MB Enhance indirectly activate GLP-1 production by giving your gut microbiome what it needs to fuel GLP-1 production. When used together, both products amplify GLP-1 by promoting more GLP-1 receptor sites and reducing an enzyme that breaks down GLP-1 by 38%. It also helps restore optimal signals between your gut and brain for a strong mind-body connection. With the MB GLP-1 system, you'll start to feel the benefits on day 1. And over time, you'll experience a total transformation. In an independent 12-week human clinical study, people lost up to 25 pounds and 27% of visceral fat in just 12 weeks. On top of that, 100% of all participants did not lose muscle while losing weight. It's time to turn down the food noise and turn up GLP-1. Better yet, leverage the power of other activation products to maximize your health and build a thriving side business to activate every aspect of your life. Explore what Mind Body and other activation products can do for you today.
Ooh, so sexy. Yes, I did match the bottle on purpose. Actually, I brought 2 shirts and then I was like, oh my gosh, wait, that's actually the Mind Body shirt, so I have to wear it. Okay, whoops, how do we go? Do you have to like do something special? Thank you. Oh, I want one more. Oh, there you go. Okay. So I'm not going to tell you what it did because it just did a great idea. Like it just really kind of real good with what it does. So let me just tell you that where my mind goes, why I feel like is one of my reasons I'm successful is because I don't think small. I don't be like, oh, I don't know anyone who needs to lose weight, or I don't know if they're gonna want to do this, or oh, they're already doing something else, or I saw them do the shake, and like that's how some people think. This is how I think. There's 330 million Americans, right? 70% of them are overweight, and over 40% of them are obese. That's a lot of people, right? Ozempic, just one of the drugs in one of the markets, just the US, just last year, did 13.9 billion. This is how my brain thinks. So I think, does everybody know 5 people that need to lose weight? We all agree? Everybody? Okay, good. It's like, don't be like a skinny woman or something. We're all models. Do you think they know 5 people? 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 That's 3,000 people. You get that many people on, you're gonna be a presidential. Oh, just 5 who know 5 who know 5 who know 5 who know 5. You will be making a 7-figure income. Simple, huh? Right? All you gotta do is go find your 5 and then help them find their 5. This is what I learned 17 and a half years ago. They actually made it simpler. They're like, do you know one person? I'm like, yes. So, actually I'll get to that training. But my point is there is a, no pun intended, an enormous market for this. Okay? And obesity is our #1 cause of heart disease, diabetes, cancers, knee replacements, and a slurry of other things, right? It is a problem. It is a crisis. Do we have a solution for a crisis? So when you have a solution for a crisis, and it's natural, and it works, and it doesn't have side effects, and it doesn't require a prescription or a doctor, is there an opportunity? Yes. And that's why the company has sold millions upon millions upon millions. My team's done $1 million in sales in 12 days. And I was like, I'm telling my leaders, and like the ranks and the money and the people and the results that people are having. Because for me, the money you make, money follows value. The money you make is only a reflection of how many lives you've impacted. Never ever get too, like, we don't sell cars, no offense, right? A car is great, it's not gonna change your life. We sell affordable, clinically proven, patented solutions to help people live a healthier life. That's something to feel really good about. That is something to feel proud about, right? So it works. It's amazing. Look at that. Look at those results. And by the way, I don't think any of us in the field advisory board, the scientific advisory board, or the corporate office ever in a million years thought the results would be this good. These results are better than some of the weight loss drugs, by the way, like for real. And no side effects were reported. This is all on the website. Y'all don't have to take screenshots of this. But look at these numbers. Look at that. So why don't we have a good relationship with food? Why do we have sugar cravings? Why don't we choose smaller portions, right? Why don't we eat less? Why don't we feel less hungry, right? So let's talk about what's creating this problem really quickly. What's creating this problem is an influx of chemicals, right? Chemicals, pesticides. God, every week on Instagram, all these influencers, a new fear unlocked. Now it's glyphosate. Now everyone's worried about glyphosate, right? Oh, and Kellogg's. Are you guys following this whole, Robert F. Kennedy and this whole Make America Healthy Again, and all of these people that are going to Congress saying, like, you're literally, American companies are making healthier versions of Fruit Loops, for example, and selling them to European countries because they won't tolerate it, but they're making the garbage for our own children? Like, every American should be enraged about this. 70% of our diets now are ultra-processed food. It's upwards of 80% in children. And guess what ultra-processed food does? Because I read a lot of books about obesity. Really good one. If anyone's nerdy and wants to really understand how weight gain works, read the obesity code. It will blow your mind. So how does it work? By the way, weight loss has nothing to do with calories or working out. Not that you shouldn't work out, and not that you should eat too many calories, but it literally has nothing to do with it. It has to do with how many times your insulin spikes and how bad those insulin spikes are. So people go to Starbucks in the morning and they get a muffin and they get a foo-foo unicorn, it's not even coffee latte, 700 calories, like 180 grams of sugar, and they wonder why they're hungry an hour later. First of all, you gave your body zero nutrition and a ton of sugar, and you just caused a fire of insulin-like output. And guess what that causes? Cravings. It also causes you to want to eat more. Because if anytime you don't eat a nutrient-dense meal that doesn't spike your blood sugar, your body's going to go, feed me, feed me, feed me. So we get in this loop. We should only, as humans, eat about 1 or 2 meals a day, by the way. Our ancestors didn't eat Fruit Loops for breakfast. Breakfast and snacks were literally created by the big industries. That's it. In the 1920s, they didn't eat anything but a little breakfast, usually some eggs and bacon, a little lunch, usually like a sandwich or something, and an apple, and a dinner. That's it. This whole industrial revolution and the explosion of commercialism, all these big companies, that's who's created snacking and breakfast. You know what I mean? That's it. So, and here's the fun part. 75% of the world's calories consumed are made in the factories of about 10 companies. And I think you should know that they also own all the pharmaceutical companies. Yeah, see? This is why I'm passionate about what I do. I actually grew up wanting to be a doctor. And every time someone's like, you should be a doctor, I'm like, I make more money than surgeons. I'm good. Like, seriously. This is why I'm passionate about what I do. We are helping people way more than anybody. Like, the pharmaceutical industry, no drug cures you. They mask symptoms. And every drug you put in your body is going to create a new symptom you're going to need a new drug for, including all the weight loss drugs. Do you guys are starting to see all the bad side effects coming in? They're calling it Ozempic butt, Ozempic face, because you lose 2/3 of your muscle. The weight loss is muscle loss. So when I heard we have zero muscle loss, I almost passed out. I was like, this is it, because that's the number one question people are going to ask you is, will you have muscle loss? These are the things that you need to understand. And we'll go over that in the training. But I mean, these results, that's backwards, by the way. She looks way skinnier to the left. She's lost 20 pounds. Kim's lost 16 pounds. Yeah, these are all backwards. That's really weird. It's usually before and after. I don't know, maybe I have a weird angle, but she's lost like 13 pounds. And Axio is just magic in a pouch. If you guys all tasted it, this is just a healthy way to give yourself energy. If I drink coffee, I just like the flavor of it, but if I drink coffee, guess what I get 4 hours later? A crash. I hate that feeling. I call it the coffee nap. But I stopped drinking coffee and I drink this now and I don't get the coffee nap. So every once in a while on vacation or something, if I forget it, I'll have the coffee nap, right? There's no artificial colors, flavors, or sweeteners. They taste amazing. It's B vitamins. Oh, by the way, it also activates your NRF2, the same thing as a blue bottle, right? Over 230 million Americans look for some kind of thing to keep them awake, get them awake and keep them awake. Is this a solution? Yes, and it's a very clean, healthy solution. And that's, again, it's about swapping things. So sometimes people are like, oh, it's $60. I'm like, how much did you spend at Starbucks this month? Let's go through your credit card statement. And they'll have spent like $100 on like when my kids go to Starbucks, I'm like, oh, you guys are rich. $5 drinks? Man, that'd have been my entire allowance for the week. And I'm like, it's pink. This isn't a coffee. Okay, don't even get started on that. Jeez, that whole kid culture. I have 2 teenagers, and I have a 24-year-old, 18-year-old, 15-year-old, and I literally spend my whole day shaking my head. So why LifeVantage, why now? Well, we just created a new compensation plan 18 months ago. So there are people who just want to sell the product because they're like, oh, I want to start a business, I just want to share the product. And before this comp plan took place, we did not have a place for them. They got a very tiny amount, and it wasn't worth it. It just wasn't worth it, like 2% or something like that. So now we have the ability to actually build a customer base and earn 30 to 40% every month on your customers, which is extraordinary. How much has Tracy Lane done in sales so far this month? We have an influencer. She has 176,000 followers.
The last I checked, she had almost 60,000 in customer sales. Her downline is upwards to 75,000.
So this one girl is an influencer on Instagram, has personally, not her team, her personal sales team, the customers that went to her link and signed up is 60,000. She's going to be making between 18 and 24,000 of that. On top of being an EC2, which the average income is what, like 15, 20,000 a month? She just joined how long ago? 5 months ago?
Yeah.
5 months ago. So you can do it slow or you can do it fast, right? So and then of course you can build a team, and we have the ability to earn bonus pools and all kinds of stuff. Products that don't just supplement, they activate. So we are literally like category creators. So there's all kinds of stuff, and then there's LifeVantage. Sure, we have some commodities. Sure, we have we have probiotic. A lot of companies have it, but we have a few activators that truly stand alone, and there is no competition. And we are thriving. We have an amazing leadership. I'm so mad they cut me off. Where's the little thing?
Rude.
I'm actually right there. Oh, and they're highly recognized. That's me. That was really cool. That was really fun. We rang the bell when we first debuted on the NASDAQ. That's normal. But we got invited back, which is rare because we're one of the biggest performing stocks in our category. So they asked us to re-ring the bell. That was super fun. It was the same day as the Barbie launch, and I happened to wear hot pink. And I did it because I knew the previous launch, it looked like that, and everyone was in black, and then a blue background. I'm like, I'm gonna wear hot pink, so then I'd be like, there's me. But I was walking through Times Square with I had extensions in, and they're like, Barbie! And I'm like, no!
She looked really good.
It was so much fun. And then we got to see our own pictures. We all got to go stand there like by ourselves, and they played it for a couple hours on the hugest Jumbotron, on the NASDAQ Jumbotron in Times Square. So we got to see our own pictures. Like, it was so cool. Like, where can you do that in your 9 to 5, right? It was so much fun. But we are a company that has, for the last 15 years, I guess 21 years, have been creating innovation products. And now it is our time. If you think it's a long time, do you know that you didn't even hear about Apple until it was probably 20 years old? Right? Apple was founded in what? 79, 80 something? Yeah? Most people didn't get their first iPhone until 2004. Right? So do you know there was like iPhone 1? I've asked thousands and tens of thousands of people this question. I've only met 2 people that ever had an iPhone 1. Did you have an iPhone 1? Anyone? iPhone 2? iPhone 3? Everybody iPhone 4. Everybody. That's when the tipping point was, and everybody knew. So we have been building, done a couple $1 billion in sales. We're doing okay. It's about 200 and something a year. Building. Now is our time. We are going to be on a rocket ship to the moon. If we just did what we did in 12 days, what are the next 12 months going to look like? You understand? So we have something extraordinary. You can share the product, build a team, and lead a movement, right? So you get paid to sell the product. You get paid to actually, like, the more product you sell, you get bonuses. Like I said, like Tracy is getting, God, 18,000 just on that. That girl's going to make like 40, 50 grand this month after 5 months. All you need is to land one good influence. I actually messaged an influencer. He had tried to get me into Meloka years ago. He's like a big Trump guy, and he has a huge following. And I was like, well, I'm just gonna see, because we were talking about influencers. I left him a message, a voicemail. I'm like, hey, I didn't even say, how are you, blah, blah. I just went straight into my, hey, we got something. He goes, oh my gosh, this will go so good with the Make America Healthy Again. He's like, I'm in, call me after the election. He's 180,000 followers that want to help make America healthy again. Do you think we're gonna do some damage there? Yes, we are. And then, of course, as you build a team, you get a percentage of your team's growth, as you should in any commission business, by the way. And leadership match, so every time you help develop leaders, you get additional bonuses for helping develop leaders. So, in your 9-to-5 job, who helps you get paid? You, right? And what I instantly loved about network marketing is you get paid to help people get paid. Yeah? So you join me, I'm gonna help you get paid. We good with that? Okay, good. Right? So, like, this is the best model ever because so many people have a vested interest in helping you grow your business. That is, like every other sales environment, you're competing against your buddy, right? And here we all help each other. And then we get to share in the revenue of the entire company. I don't have a team in Japan. How much does Japan do a month? A lot. Millions? Japan is, Mark Shinsato's done a great job building a Japan team. I've done a great job building an Australia team, right? And we each get pools from their sales because of the leadership pools. So that's kind of cool that you actually get to share in the global revenue. The more you do, the more you contribute to this company, the more they're gonna pay you. So I want you guys to think long-term, legacy, right? So we're gonna do some stuff. And if you want more information, scan me with that. Here are the options. Well, these are not the only options. We have so many options. Get in where you fitted. We have things, packs that start at $240, which gives you your, MB and your Pro Tandem. You can get with a collagen.